Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing the last best of 3 from Dreamhack that I will be doing, except if I can find some really special ones, but this is probably the last one. This is between Strelock as the Terran in the top right and a GosWser as the Zerg in the bottom left. So GosWser was in the last game as well. Last match, to be honest, I forgot how he did. It has been a couple of days since I cast that. And I know that was a Zerg versus Zerg. This is Zerg versus Terran. So most likely we will be seeing some Zergling Baneling opening against the Marines. And then the Marines will become Marauders. So the Zerglings and Banelings will become Roaches. And then it becomes interesting, of course. Because then it is all about the micro and about the unit compositions and such. Because tanks will defeat the Roaches but will not defeat other units such as the Mutalisks and yeah, so on. Of course the Mutalisks will be defeated by the Marines and by the Vikings and yeah, well, you get the point. I mean, you've seen these matches before, you know how it goes and which unit is good against which. I do like the chances of the Zerg player in this matchup normally, because Terran seems to only be really good if they can get that huge ball of Marines up. But yeah, pro players normally don't let that happen. So yeah, even though it is a very strong thing to do, I think most likely we will be seeing an early factory here. And with an early factory, of course, come Hellions, and Hellions are good against the Zergling harass, so most likely we will be seeing that. And of course the factory units are, well, harder to snipe in general, because you are, well, more cautious with them, so they don't do as much damage to the to the Zerglings and such that are coming out. So anyway, we are going to see an SCV move out. What is he going to do? Is he going to just scout around, or is he actually going to scout the base? Seems that he is just going for the base, but with a little bit of a detour. Kind of considering the fact that, well, he normally goes through the mid, of course. No, that's actually not true. This is just the general route. So I still haven't been able to, I still haven't learned about the maps yet. For me there are too many maps at the moment, and as I said before, yeah, well, that's quite a while ago, since, yeah, that was like in game number 20 or so that I did in this 100 game series. I will be studying the maps after I'm done with this 100 game series. And it is taking me already a lot longer than I anticipated, because I had to take a break for a while. I just didn't have the time that I wanted to do these games, and yeah, so it's taking me a little bit longer, but that is fine. I'm now doing uploads 3 times a week, just so you know. That will be Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I believe, and the rest of the days will just be for other activities, most likely for my main channel. And yeah, this is of course not my main channel. This is my StarCraft only channel, and I do like casting StarCraft a whole lot. To be honest, I like it even more than I like casting the other games, although I do like playing other games more than I enjoy playing StarCraft, because I'm not very good. Now, StarCraft's really one of those games that if you're not very good at it, you get really frustrated at times. So we are going to see an early factory indeed, and we are going to see a Widow Mine come out, but no reactor on it yet. He's going to produce a few Marines first, so 2 Marines to get inside of that bunker. Then he's going to switch this, I'm assuming. Yep, he is going to switch this, and the factory will become well, more powerful. It will be starting to produce Widow Mines as well as Hellions. And the Hellions are most likely the unit of choice for the, well, early game. But already Roaches out, so skips the entire step of Zerglings and Banelings, which is of course something that we have seen a lot of before. And yeah, by doing so, by skipping the Zerglings and Banelings, you save a lot of minerals and gas, and you can invest those easily in these kind of units. And with well, with roaches out, he should be able to do pretty well. But the roaches did take that shot from the Widow Mine, and the Widow Mine of course does quite a bit of damage. The bunker may actually go down. Quite a few Zerg or SCVs already went down. Oh, this was the one I wanted. 11 already down. And we are going to take out the bunker. And now the base is completely breached. The Widow Mine might actually save him for a little bit. But yeah, the Widow Mine actually out of range for, well, the last part. They are going to burrow now. And no, they're out of range once again. They are going to re-burrow here. And there you go, sacrificing one of the roaches to make sure that the other two survive a little bit longer. And he is going to lose all of the roaches now, but so much damage was done. As I said, 11, now 17 workers killed. That is an insane amount. So the counterattack has to come in from the Terran player, and he is going to go out, but he only has a few Widow Mines and yeah, 4 Marines. Literally 4 Marines. That is no good, of course. You cannot make a fist with 4 Marines. You need at least 5 for that, man. And then each of them can represent at least a finger. But no, you need at least, well, a decent number of Marines. And that is just not the case here. So he did not cancel that. That is... Oh, you can't cancel that. It was a fresh one. So, yeah, the... drop or attempted drop going to come in, but it is not going to land. He may actually drop some Widow Mines somewhere where he can instantly burrow them before they get detected, but no, he wants to get out of there. Yeah, there is no base over here. He does scout that there is no base over here. I'm going to burrow one of the Widow Mines here just to make sure that no base will come up. And well, that was it. That was his counterattack. So as you can see, nothing done here at all. So it's still 17-0 in the units killed. And yeah, that's just such a huge advantage. The Zerg player does have to expand here. I mean, he is behind currently because it is equal bases. And with... Oh, this is changeling. Okay. That explains that. I was wondering why he had energy, but yeah, it's a changeling, so he has energy. Anyhow, we have a large amount of roaches out here, and the roaches are going to secure this base for the Zerg player. Obviously, that is the only thing he wants to do currently, is just expand, 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 because he is far, far ahead. And he can see that this base isn't up yet, so he knows that this base is way too hard to take, or to hold rather. It's easy enough to take as a Terran, because you just build a command center here. It's even done already. But if you fly it over here and try to defend it, yeah, going from this base to your main base would require all this travel, because you're defending over here. This base is pretty close. Because the entrance where you get out is pretty much the same entrance where you get into the next base. So that is why this is your natural second base. Where this could be used as a second base, but it is not a very good option. So yeah, I did miss the drop a little bit because I was talking about other crap. But nothing, not a whole lot happening. 5 units were killed, and this base is still going to come up. That of course is a big deal, because with this base still coming up, yeah, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. The changeling dies there. It has served its purpose. Well, they are good scouts. I mean, they don't last for very long, but they are good scouts. So if you run them into the enemy base, they can do a whole lot of detecting, and they stay around for 150 seconds. So you can basically use them to, well, ward up certain parts of the map, like he did here. So just putting it in front of his base, make sure that if something goes past that, you can see it. And not only that, you get the vision, or no, sorry, the enemy doesn't have vision over what that is. So he may actually not snipe that unit. So that's what makes Changeling so great. The fact that, well, there's really nothing stopping you from using them because they're basically free and they stay around for a decent amount of time. It's like 2.5 minutes. And, well, if they die, it doesn't matter. And they are pretty hard to spot for, well, the new players. Obviously not for these players. These players know exactly what's going on when they see a Changeling. But yeah, for new players, the Changeling is kind of an underused unit because the pros don't use them that often, and because the pros know what a Changeling is, and they know how to spot it and things like that. And we now have a huge army for the Terran player. Here are the Changelings, and as you can see, he does scout the army. It is not a big deal that he loses those Changelings, and we are going to lose our Overseer though, and that is a big deal. So with these tanks over here, he can reach pretty far in. I have to think. Oh, he's going to not. Yeah, he's going to unsiege them. He's going to move even further in. I can't see the line where the range ends, but wow, so much damage done by these tanks. As I said, tanks are really good against the roaches because the roaches just don't have the range to deal with those. Yeah, they have range 4. These guys have something like range 13. Yeah, wow, I actually had the numbers correct. Yeah, so tanks are really good against roaches for that reason, and of course tanks do extra damage versus armored, 55 versus armored, and it is splash damage, so you can actually get a whole lot done with that. Yeah, now it equals out, 14 versus 17 workers killed, but look at that. The Terran player, knowing that the Zerg player probably put some spy over there, he just takes the other base. He just says, well, I'm going to take this base and going to make this my main attack path so that my army actually goes past this entrance, making it way easier to defend because your army is already moving past that. So if the enemy wants to sneak in here, they're going to have to come all the way from below and then get in there, but move past your own base, and so most likely they're not going to succeed in that. So lots of units dying here on both sides, but the tanks are still alive. The tanks are going to do massive damage to these roaches. Is he actually going to be able to clean this up though? The roaches are coming in, but the Terran is just moving out with his air units. He is going to lose all of his tanks, but that is fine. He lost, well, a lot, but not as much as the Zerg player. Yeah, the Zerg player lost way more there, losing so many roaches, and the roaches are still not done suiciding in. They are going to try to move past these tanks, but yeah, look at that. Just lost like 5 roaches to nothing. Accomplishing absolutely nothing, not even getting the scout off, because he only went to here and did see a little bit of the army, but yeah, he already knew the army composition, and he can basically see from the amount of units that were coming in, well, earlier, that was not going to go very well. Oh, lost another like 4 drones there. And where are they going? Oh, they're going over here. Are we going to be able to snipe this? No, he did not see that his drones were getting attacked. And that is strange. Normally these pro players, they see everything that's happening, but not in this case. And indeed, there you go with the drop. Oh, the roaches arrived just in time to prevent that drop, and actually really nicely done. So gets the defenses going, even though, well, the Terran player already spotted what was going on. The Widow Mine gets taken out. This Widow Mine is going to get taken out as well. He does lose one of the roaches to it, and trading one roach for a Widow Mine, I will take that. As the Widow Mine owner, of course. Yeah, Widow Mines are really inexpensive. They're super cheap. They cost 50-50, I believe, or 75-25. Well, 100 resources whereas the roaches are not very inexpensive. Oh, hang on, where are you? There you go, 75.25, but cost 2 supply. I don't know if that is the same though. Huh, I thought they were more expensive. Yeah, both of them cost 2. I did not know that. I thought they were more expensive, the roaches, but then again you build more roaches. So yeah, anyway, the widow mines are basically just units that you kind of, yeah, you give them up to random crap. It doesn't really matter. And we are kind of using the Vipers here to lay down some fields and making sure that he can move in. We are going to move in, getting some buildings destroyed, but then has to walk out because, well, all of these hellbats are coming, and hellbats are great against anything that is light, but not very good against the roaches. However, the hydralisks are, yeah, they are light units, so they're good against that. So yeah, obviously he should have cancelled this. And now he's going to lose it. Another 300 minerals down the drain. Not getting anything done, of course, in that time. But he is going to try to sneak around. We're maybe going for a base race. This would not be smart. The Viper, well, kind of going with it. It has the consumability, by the way. The consumability is the ability that, well, some old StarCraft 1 units have, and it is a very, very nice ability because it keeps replenishing your energy. And yeah, that is awesome. It allows you to do your spells very quickly, and of course that is exactly what you want with your caster units. You want to cast as many spells as you possibly can, and here is probably the last fight unless the Zerg player wins this. But I don't see him winning this, to be honest. So we are going to fight for our lives. Many roaches still alive, and of course some hydras still alive. Hydras do a lot more damage, but the roaches, yeah, they are the tanky guys. And yeah, that was a GG. Well played by our blue player. He got completely behind in the early game and still made it work. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. So a nice comeback there, and that was kind of on the back of these factory units. The Zerg player really underestimating the power of these factory units versus his roaches, and kind of didn't go anywhere from those. He could have gone for infestors, which are reasonable against the tanks because they can burrow and well, walk on the ground basically. So the tanks would have some problem spotting them, and then of course you can use your spells on them and blah blah blah. But then again, the roaches can also walk on the ground. He did not use that, so I don't really know what to do against this number of tanks. I guess you would have to go for air units, air to ground units, and go with that, because tanks obviously too good against ground units, so you can't really combat them with any number of roaches, because the tank player will always outshoot you and out damage you. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for game number 2. GG.